Wars in general are actually very good for the economy, not during, but after.
While the war on Gaza rages on, Israel's expanding illegal settlements at a record pace as real estate firms look for buyers abroad.
Prices in Israel for the first time have gone down slightly, and it's a great time to buy.
AJ Plus has obtained footage from several real estate expos featuring franchises for Keller Williams, one of the largest real estate agencies in the US, which has listed illegal settlements on its Israel website.
That land does not belong to them. It belongs to Palestinian families that's been there for generations.
When Israel is dropping bombs on the children of Gaza, maybe that's not the right time to promote West Bank settlement real estate.
We're in Teaneck, New Jersey, where a tight-knit, modern Orthodox Jewish community is confronting pro-Palestinian activists who say the town's become a conduit for the sale of occupied Palestinian land and anti-Arab harassment, and that many of its own elected leaders are the ones encouraging it.
Ma'am, what are you doing to ensure Muslim, Arab, and Jewish residents feel safe in this community?
Now, some residents want answers from the state's most powerful politicians who they say are defying the US's own position that Israeli settlements are illegitimate.
Hi, Representative Gottheimer. Why are you allowing events that are illegal under international law to happen in this town, Congressman?
Teaneck, New Jersey is located just outside New York City. It's known for being racially diverse and for its sizable Jewish population.
You know that I'm a church music director?
Yes.
Yeah, it's every Jewish parent's dream job for their Jewish son to become a church music director. That's a stupid joke.
This is Teaneck resident Rich Siegel. He went viral on the internet after he asked the town council to shut down an Israeli real estate event.
What this real estate event is going to do is it's going to fan the flames. If it goes forward, there will be a demonstration. I know there's going to be a demonstration because I'm going to organize it.
But pro-Palestinian voices have faced major backlash, especially for protesting in front of synagogues where most of these real estate events happen.
This is the issue of the Jewish link that came out right after that. And you can see the headline is Hate March Through Teaneck. Look at this, pro-Palestinian mob. The word mob, can you imagine anything more incendiary? And it's in print here. Look at this. They have events here to promote settlement expansion.
The paper that runs ads for these real estate events is co-published by town councilman Mark Schwartz. In fact, residents tell us a number of town council members have contributed to an atmosphere of hostility and misinformation. That includes Mayor Michael Pagan, who's denied Israel's genocide on Gaza, and Councilwoman Hillary Goldberg, a vocal supporter of Israel who's doxed pro-Palestinian activists on her social media pages and accused them of being anti-Semitic.
Why are we out there? To hate Jews? Or are we out there because Israel's ruthlessly murdered over 32,000 people? And they're selling West Bank settlement homes directly to Jews here in New Jersey while this genocide is going on.
So why are settlements a problem? Because they're Jewish-only communities built on stolen Palestinian land, and they're illegal under international law. Put simply, that means
predominantly, the real estate that's being sold is redlined real estate. It's for sale for Jews only.
One prominent Teaneck rabbi appears in real estate brochures promoting his exclusively Jewish community in an exclusively Jewish town and invites others from the US to join him.
This is the synagogue right over here that's been hosting the real estate sales event.
Some local Palestinian residents and allies hold car rallies to demonstrate against these events. They've asked not to be identified out of concern for retaliation by the public.
Generations of our family members have lived there, and now they're going to be kicked out by some guy from Rhode Island or Staten Island, whatever his name is. And they're doing it openly too. They're advertising it in newspapers, online, Instagram, everywhere.
One company posted an image advertising pre-sale settlements in a visibly war-torn Gaza, calling it a joke. But Israeli real estate expos are a very real thing, where agents seek buyers in countries like the US, Canada, and South Africa. They've been happening in Teaneck for nearly 20 years.
We're simply 20, 30, 40 cars driving by the town, and that alone is driving them nuts. You get people from all walks of faith, all religions, all races. You know, they say we're the violent ones, we're the ones citing hate crimes. We're just driving through town peacefully, and this is how we get attacked. It was a perfect example.
That's why this story is about so much more than illegal settlements. It's about a repeated pattern of harassment against people who criticize Israel. It's happened during town council meetings where protesters have been thrown out for being disruptive, and during a car rally when a man threatened a protester with a knife. He was later arrested.
I hear my neighbors saying that they're afraid. Afraid of who? I'm afraid. I'm afraid to leave my home. I'm afraid to go to the store down the road because they're threatening me.
This is Reem Fakhri. Her teenage daughter Miriam and best friend Amar organized a protest to call for a ceasefire in Gaza. In response, adults in the town attended a huge counter-protest, including town council member Hillary Goldberg. She was spotted during the walkout filming the underage kids. Former councilman Keith Kaplan was next to her. Soon after, the girls started getting death threats.
You mother kill the children of Gaza.
That's a really hard message to listen to.
Yeah. Like, I woke up to this voicemail and it was just really upsetting.
It's a weird dynamic to have, to know that like the town council and like
the people who run the town
are the ones pulling it apart, and we're the ones getting blamed for it.
The town even got a congressman involved. This is Democrat Josh Gottheimer. He's staunchly pro-Israel and received some of the largest pro-Israel donations in Congress. He called the girls' protest anti-Semitic and triggered an investigation by the Department of Education.
All I want to tell him is leave my daughter's name out of your mouth. Do not talk about my child that way. And our council people who decide that they also are threatened by high school children, what is this?
Pro-Palestinian advocate Adam Weissman says people are weaponizing anti-Semitism.
As a Jewish member of this community, it is vital to challenge this falsehood that speaking up for Palestinian human rights is anti-Semitic. This argument is used cynically, it's used in bad faith. Members of this community brag about coming back from freeing Gaza from Hamas. Synagogues knit hats for members of the IDF. This community makes major contributions to political action committees supporting Israel. We have politicians who again and again seem utterly beholden to the Zionist bloc in this community.
And who use their power and platforms to smear pro-Palestinian voices, says Adam. In particular, town council members like Hillary Goldberg, who targeted Miriam and Amar's walkout.
Hi, Ms. Goldberg. Angie from AJ Plus. Can I give you an interview, please? Can we talk? Ma'am, what are you doing to ensure Muslim, Arab, and Jewish residents feel safe in this community? They say you failed to protect them. Why does someone from New Jersey have more of a right to purchase property in the West Bank than Palestinians? It's my right to be here. You're an elected politician and you should be able to answer questions. It's your role as an elected official to answer questions.
Fortunately, the building is closed until the meeting starts. So guys, if you guys don't mind, thank you.
Well, I am just so honored to be able to give you guys a Zionist tour of Teaneck, New Jersey.
Before we go any further, let's agree on a definition. Zionism is a movement to create a Jewish state on Palestinian land.
Now, growing up Jewish and Zionist, I heard the expression redemption of the land a lot. And it sounds like a really good thing. We're redeeming the land by settling Jews there. But what does redemption of the land really mean? Kicking everybody else off, Muslims, Christians, and anybody else off the land and making it an exclusively Jewish land.
Rich was actually a Zionist for most of his life, but he points to a pivotal moment in 2004 when he read about the Nakba. That's the word Palestinians use to describe their ethnic cleansing. It means catastrophe.
Zionists, they made 750,000 people homeless in 1948 and many more in 1967, and it's been a program of ethnic cleansing for 75 years.
And Rich says Teaneck is continuing that legacy through these real estate events. One company that visited the town is called My Home in Israel, which had multiple settlement listings on its website. Separately, we noticed several franchises for Keller Williams also appear at these real estate events. When we visited the website for Keller Williams Israel, we found property for sale in an illegal settlement. Now take a look at this agency, Home in Israel, powered by Keller Williams. This is the owner of Home in Israel, Julian Shapiro. I visited his website to request a copy of the buying guide for foreigners, but after submitting my surname, which is Nassar, I received a strange reply. So what I got back was an email from Julian Shapiro, and the email just says, "This is a Muslim, warmest." Palestinian resident Rayed Hassan, who goes by Ray, says the discrimination he's experienced is so bad, he's suing the town over it.
In Teaneck, in the United States, I feel like we're under occupation because they won't give us a permit to open up this building.
He's been fighting for years to fully open his community center, AUCC, even though there was a church operating in the same building before him.
Fact is, they don't want a mosque in this town. I was blatantly told to my face over my dead body.
There are 2 other mosques in Teaneck. Technically, only a small part of AUCC can operate, but that hasn't stopped a few people from coming in.
How long have you been training, Sonny?
Oh, for about 30 years.
Wow. You know, people ask us what AUCC stands for. The acronym AUCC is Al-Ummah Community Center. The word Ummah is everyone, and not just certain type of people. It's all of God's creation. So we say here, as long as you believe in something bigger than yourself, and you want to do some good while you're here, then you found a home.
I thank God that I found a place.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. There you go. There's the higher power.
Teaneck residents like Ray say these real estate events violate U.S. anti-discrimination and civil rights laws. This is exclusive footage from an event that was moved online after protests against it.
Right now, prices have gone down slightly, but that's already even before the war because interest rates have gone up. As the war continues, I think the war is finishing up in Gaza. God willing, the North is a separate question.
Sources we spoke with said people were vetted and asked to name their rabbi and synagogue as a test for entrance. A few didn't make it in. This could be considered illegal, but the U.S. has loopholes that sometimes make exceptions for places of worship.
We have seen again and again the use of synagogues as a shield for these discriminatory events.
The other shield is powerful politicians, like Representative Gottheimer, who is attending a fundraiser for his re-election campaign in the next town over. We are driving up to the site of the fundraiser this morning to see if we can ask Representative Gottheimer some questions.
Hi, Representative Gottheimer. Hi, I'm Angie from Al Jazeera. Can I ask you a few questions?
Hey guys, can you do me a favor?
Congressman, can we just ask you a few questions? Why are you allowing events that are illegal under international law to happen in this town? Congressman. Hi, good.
This is Englewood Mayor Michael Wild, who hosted the fundraiser. He's also the lawyer for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's son.
Okay, good. Can we help you?
Yeah, I'm Angie with Al Jazeera News. Very nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you as well, but try to be a little more calm. I heard that there was somebody screaming at the congressman. It wasn't you, right?
I was just asking him a question. Am I up above the decibels of the sidewalk?
No, it's okay. There's no enforcement of decibels. Noise ordinance. It wasn't violated. Morning, Josh. How are you? Okay. I'll ask if he wants to speak.
Thank you so much.
A few minutes later, a police vehicle showed up. The congressman didn't agree to an interview or respond to our follow-up questions by email. Determined to get some kind of response from officials, we decided to show up at a public meeting instead.
I came here tonight in good faith after multiple requests for an interview with Hillary Goldberg to ask questions that give her an opportunity to explain her side of the story. What are you doing to ensure the safety of Muslim, Arab, and Jewish residents who've told us you're failing to protect them?
We still haven't received a response from Hillary Goldberg or other town council members.
They're trying really hard, but we're not going to stop because nothing they can put us through here is comparable to what's going on with our brothers and sisters back over there.
The fight has just started for us, whether it's the occupation locally in Teaneck with the Zionist-run government and the occupation in Gaza, which has got to end at the end of the day.
The idea that Jews can be safe by isolating ourselves, by ethnically cleansing another community and claiming a land of our own is a fantasy. It hasn't worked, it never will work. I mean, to me, the greatest possibility for Jewish safety lies in solidarity. It lies in creating a world where we stand up for each other, where when one community is attacked, we all rally in defense of that community.
And this is where bad journalism belongs.